everyone. You guys ready to make some chicken enchiladas? We are going to use our long loaf pans. Pampered Chef came out with these this past catalog, and they're made from our Brilliance line cookware, which is a super non-stick bakeware. So I don't know if you can take a peek. It's a little bit of a blue cover color to it, and we have covers that go with it as well. I'm going to make double the recipe so that I can freeze one loaf of it for another time. So the first thing we're going to do is I have roasted chicken breast in our 8-cup glass batter bowl, and I'm going to use our salad choppers. Our salad choppers have 2 blades that are parallel to each other. I hold these backwards like this, and I just chop. So we're going to shred our chicken. You can use, we also have some forks, some chicken shredding forks as well that you could purchase. I prefer these salad choppers. They're a little bit easier. We're going to use flour tortillas. We're going to put those down first in the bottom of the pan. We're going to layer some chicken. We're going to layer the Pampered Chef taco seasoning. Now we're going to open up a bunch of cans. We're going to open up some beans, some black and red beans. We're going to open up some Rotel diced tomatoes and green chilies. We're going to add some, I couldn't find any enchilada. I wanted green enchilada sauce today. I didn't want red, but they didn't have any. So we're doing a salsa verde, which is very similar consistency. It's just a little bit more mild. I just like the green better. So that's what we're getting. And anybody who knows me, my family calls me Susie Substitute. So, so it's okay. All right, I think I got most of it. Let me see. I just want to dig it up from the bottom. All right. Shredded chicken, ready? That looks pretty good. All right, so you're going to take your flour tortilla, and we are going to push one down. We're going to use 2 for this recipe, for each one. 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top, because we want it to fill the sides, so it'll make it like a loaf when we're done. So it's going to look like this. Let's do that for both of them. How do you guys like Mexican? I love Mexican. I like the rice and beans. I love tacos and nachos and enchiladas and chimichangas and all kinds of yumminess. So doing it at home saves you some money. Doesn't take as much time as takeout. I mean, you think takeout takes less time, but it really doesn't. By the time you order, and then you have to go down and you have to wait for it and stuff like that, by then, if I had just stayed in my house, I could have cooked it for like $2.50. Let me just make sure I cut all the way through. $2.50 per serving versus, you know, probably $7.50 a serving if you did takeout. A lot more money. So lots of chicken in the bottom. And you can do this. I've done this before, something very similar to this in our rock crock Dutch oven. And I've also done it in our deep dish covered baker. But I like the idea of doing it in a loaf pan because you can cut it into sections just a little bit easier, I think. We're going to give it a try. You know, I'm always trying new products, and I'm always telling you which one I like the best. And I expect you guys, those of you who are on my VIP customer page, I expect you guys to be posting, you know, when you're using your products. I know that Jennifer Craig and Bonnie Holbrook and Jean Avery and a bunch of the other girls have been doing that. But I hope you guys will feel free to post as well when you are cooking with Pampered Chef products so that we all can see what you're cooking, because everybody needs some cooking inspiration. And then you know, what tools you're using it in. I find that I learn more from my customers just watching what they do. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so everything taco seasoning is a Pampered Chef one. It's great, so we're just gonna put put a bunch of that on. Now we're going to go ahead and grab the can opener, and we're going to open up some diced tomatoes with chilies. Now this is called the smooth edge can opener. I'll move the chicken over here. It's called the smooth edge can opener because it goes on the top of your can, and once you get it all the way around, it gets easy. There's a little bird beak on this side and a button on this side, so when you push the button, it goes like this, and it grabs the top of the can and opens it right up. So this part of the can, totally smooth, run my finger on it. The inside of the can, totally smooth, can run my finger on it. I will, however, drain some of these. Hold on. Let's get a bowl out. Because it's going to be too much liquid. I'm going to drain that. I'm also going to drain my beans. I don't want it too soggy, you know, I want the bottom to be crispy. So we're just going to drain some of that. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and sprinkle this on. Yum yum. One can was enough to do both. I wasn't sure. I bought extra because I just wasn't sure based on the size of the pan whether it would be enough. But I think that's enough. Maybe it needs a little bit more moisture. I don't know. We're going to give it a try. Now we're going to try some chopped green chilies. Add a little bit more heat to it. And again, we're just going to drain it. I am draining it in one of the two colanders that Pampered Chef has. I love them because they're fast drain colanders, they're called, which means that they have, you know, big holes at the bottom for the water to drain through fast. It's got a nice smooth bottom to it, so there's not those, remember the old-fashioned ones that you grew up with that have the three little legs on them? Oh my gosh, so crazy when one of those legs breaks and all of your spaghetti ends up in the sink because it's all on two sides. All right, so I'm going to add some green chilies, give it a little bit more heat to that. There we go. Now, let me just rinse my hands. Now, we are going to go ahead and add our beans. So we're going to use red beans and black beans. And then we're going to put, now it's supposed to be green enchilada sauce. Well, a lot of people do red, but green verde. So I'm going to do verde salsa. And then I'm going to spread cheese. And the first cheese I'm going to use is a Mexican cheese. And then after that, I'm going to put the top layer of the flour tortilla on. And then I'm going to, after that, I'm going to put a layer of cheddar cheese on top of that. And we're going to bake it at 375 for about half an hour. So this doesn't take too long. You figure I probably have been on here for about 4 minutes. So you can get this all prepped and ready and in the oven in about 5 to 7 minutes, and dinner will be ready in about 40. So if you've got kids that are playing sports, I know you guys are really busy, sports have started, school started, maybe they're in band or chorus, maybe you have to tote them around. Make sure that you can provide an easy meal for yourself. So let me just go rinse this 1 minute as I go off camera. I just don't want my beans all soggy, so let me just rinse. Quick, quick, quick. There we go. Alright. Now I'm going to just mix them up together, the red and the black beans, and then I'm going to pour a bunch of the beans on top. A nice good layer of beans. Beans are really good. They have protein and fiber. Very good for your digestive health. If you guys are having any digestive issues, or if you're just trying to eat healthier, one of the things that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be more diverse. They say to try to eat the rainbow every day, like have something yellow, you know, have some blueberries, have some strawberries, have a banana, have some squash, have some lettuce, like as many different colors as you can get, because each of those have different really good microbiomes for your gut. Let me cut this with the scissors from our professional knife block. There we go. So super good for your gut. It'll help. Also, kombucha is good. I find that that's just got a little bit too much sugar in it for me. I do like sauerkraut, trying to eat like a bite of sauerkraut a day. I like it on, I had this really weird, when we were doing Whole30 like 8 years ago, I had this really weird baked potato with an avocado and sauerkraut, and it was so delicious that I ate it quite often, and I haven't had it in a while, but that was one of the ways that I ate a lot of sauerkraut. But now I just like take a biteful of it, a spoonful of it, and just try to keep the good gut biome going. Like literally, if you do sauerkraut every single day, that is better than taking a probiotic, although I do those as well. Not all the time, but try to remember. And I do my collagen regularly too, so let me make sure I have enough to do all of these. I do. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to add this in. We're going to push this down like this. I'm going to add our enchilada sauce and then our extra cheese after this. So we're just going to tuck this, fold it. Actually, I probably can make it so that there's one. Yeah, I think that will work even better. I was going to do two, but I think that that'll just be too much bread. All right, so now we're going to open this. That smells good. All right, I'm going to douse this really well. Douse this really well. Spread it around, and then we're going to add more cheese, and in the oven it goes. Easy peasy, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, I hope you guys have a dinner plan tonight. You gotta share what it is. You guys ordering out, you guys got something to frost in, you got something in the slow cooker tonight. That's one of the things. I do love a good slow cooked meal. We did, you can see behind us the red cranberry colored baker that had a beef, what was it? Not a roast beef, a pot roast. Having a moment. Having a senior moment. How many of you guys in menopause do that? So we had a pot roast the other day, and then with the juices from the pot roast, Chris then cooked up some barley, some cannellini beans, and made a beef and barley soup out of it for yesterday. So we've eaten that twice. We finished it off for lunch, and so I said I would cook today. So today is my job, and here I cannot even get into my Cabot cheese. I love Cabot cheese, by the way, because did you guys know that Cabot cheese is lactose free? I like that. It's much happier for my belly. All right, so now we're putting Cabot cheddar on top. So we put the Mexican blend in the middle, and we're putting cheddar on top. And then that's it. In the oven it goes. It's going to come out. It's going to smell delicious. It's going to taste delicious. And I'm going to have 2 dinners ready. One for this week, and then one for, you know, a time where I'm busy and I don't feel like cooking. So, what do you guys think? You think it's easy enough? You do that? Give me your opinion. In the oven it goes. I'll post a picture in the comment section so you guys can see what it looks like. Please make sure that you comment below if you watch me live. Say hi. If you're watching this as a replay, just type in replay and then let me know, is this something that you would eat? Have a great night, guys.